Why I am here is I want to see a job for everyone that wants one. We bailed out Wall Street. Now let's bail out the working class. We need a new deal for America.
These protests are taking place all across the country, starting in New York City and Wall Street, as I'm sure you know. And now they're spreading up everywhere from LA, Seattle, Chicago. So it's generally just a decentralized mass of people who are very frustrated with the way things are right now.
I get tired of hearing the right-wingers complaining about not having too much deficit spending. There's not too much deficit spending. We need more deficit spending. We're one of the richest countries in the world. We can afford deficit spending. Let's go and spend $1 trillion on a job program to put Americans back to work.
Larger government deficits, not necessarily. What we do need to be doing right now is certainly spending. That's what we saw, that's what we did to get ourselves out of the Great Depression, and that's unfortunately not what we're doing right now. The Tea Party and Republicans, to a greater extent, have hijacked the national conversation, and they have this myth that tax cuts will create jobs, when in fact we need to be taxing the rich and using that money to develop infrastructure to put people back to work.
I'm one of the lucky few. I work full-time, but I still struggle paycheck to paycheck. I declared bankruptcy in 2010, still struggling. So, you know, something's got to be done, and right now it's to the point we've put our faith in politicians, we've put our faith in government, and basically they haven't listened to us, so now it's time to take things into our own hands.
What we want is not an end point. I think what we want is a beginning. We want to begin a discussion that talks about corporate and financial institutes and their influence on our government right now.
The press should now be called prostitutes. When you watch the media, you're being sold a bill of goods.
I think we need to show that there is a lot of people across the country upset and wanting change. It's not just a group in New York, it's across the country. There's a lot of people who want change. It's been said that the Occupy Wall Street does not have a clear demand. I think that proves that there's a lot of things that need change, not just one thing. I actually work at JP Morgan. I work for the big corporation. It is not a good idea for all the people who believe in corporate responsibility to not work in the corporations. How else are you going to get change?